Welcome back to Murder is Cool. Everyone should do it.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's what all the cool kids are doing.
It is not what all the cool kids are doing. And they're not cool kids.
In between episodes, I was talking about how I recently watched the TV show His Dark Materials, based on the book His Dark Materials, I presume.
Yes, that's what the series is called.
Okay. What's the first book called?
The Golden Compass.
Fuck.
The second one's called The Subtle Knife, and the third one's called The Amber Spyglass.
The Subtle Knife.
Yeah, so I saw the original movie Golden Compass, and I read the books, including there's a little book called Lyra's Oxford. So I read that as well. Is that a Netflix series?
No.
It's not?
I don't know. It's on Stan now, I think.
Okay. Maybe it's a Stan exclusive. Or just Stan having
I doubt it would be exclusive because Stan's is just an Australian thing and this is obviously British. But yeah, so I've never read the books, I've never seen the movie, but I watched the TV show and it was alright. It's interesting, I kind of hated it at first, I thought it was really bad. But then as the show went on, like, the first episode and stuff made more sense. It's kind of interesting because it's like, it's that classic question of like, not question, but the thing of, if you're writing an adaptation of a book, you gotta keep in mind that not everyone's gonna have read the book. Yeah, so you gotta make sure to keep that in mind. And I felt that like everything, the pacing was like all wrong and stuff. And then when I was told like, it's from a book, right? Like, oh right, that makes more sense, I guess. Hey, what's up? There's hilarious swarms of deadly critters biting and burning, scratching types. I fought to test my strength against them. Now that bravado has left me, and all I feel is tired and sore.
I feel, because I've done a book to movie adaptation.
Yeah.
Did my thing, like my Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing.
Oh yeah.
And I think the pacing for that was too fast.
For your adaptation?
Well, I think movies are a little bit slower, and they sort of slowly show you the things, and it all slowly sinks in, and by the end you go, okay. And then maybe it'll go a little bit fast, but it's still a little bit like the pacing's right. But for a book, the scenes feel drawn out because they're words on a page, and so you're going through everything.
We have to stop. Your phone is ringing. So we're back. We had to answer a phone call.
I've just grabbed a handful of lollies.
Yeah, good job.
I find that because words are all drawn out on a page, and you're slowly reading through the scene, it feels longer than it actually is. So when you adapt it to a film or a TV show or whatever, basically put it on the screen, it's a lot faster, because when you read like what someone's doing, it's actually happening faster than it feels like when you're reading it. Because I did my adaptation on Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and I took it, like I ripped it straight out of the book. And that was just as fast as it went, and it was like 11 minutes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You didn't do any creative liberties or anything? It just was what it was?
I changed some of the wording because some of it was a little bit old-fashioned and wasn't very good at explaining what it meant. But I don't think I changed too much. I don't know if I might have written some... I don't think I wrote new dialogue. I might have just changed things. Like changed the way that things are delivered or something. I don't know. It was a while ago. For His Dark Materials, you were talking about how you felt that the pacing was off because, and you thought it might be because it's a book adaptation.
Well, I do. It's weird, right? Because it's 8 episodes, each are an hour long. You might think that that's enough, but I don't know. Yeah, like for instance, so the first episode is all about her at the school, right? That's the whole episode. She's there, and she pretty much, as she leaves at the end, it's the next episode, right? She goes to live with her
uncle, I think.
Mother. The whole story is about her finding her uncle.
Oh, okay. Because in the movie, her uncle was at the school.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then I guess he goes on an adventure, and she's looking for
I've heard that the movie isn't as accurate.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to read the books again.
Yeah, well.
I just not really like the scene between the polar bear.
Yorick.
Yeah. And like the king of the polar bears is yelling at him, and he's like, fine, and he rips off, takes a big swipe, and he rips the guy's jaw off.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Kills him instantly. I thought that was
That's
cool.
not how that happens in the show.
No.
In fact, the whole polar bear, like that part is one of the biggest moments where I was like, wow, I kind of wish that I read the book instead. Was like the whole like going to the polar bear's like kingdom and fighting the king that happens in the first like quarter of that
But
episode.
it is a sort of a storybook thing.
That's what I mean. Like there's arcs, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's almost like it should be more than just 8 episodes. It's weird. It's like there's so much more that I feel like you could squeeze out of all these scenes, but I don't know. Maybe they're just word
Maybe
for word
that's
correct.
just all that they were allowed to
This is not what I want to do.
produce. All they had the budget for, things like that.
Well, you know, there's definitely like budgetary restraints and stuff, but
Mm.
I don't know. I think that I don't know. It was like what I'm trying to say is like as the story went on, like I enjoyed it more. Is it like well that's and ultimately what I wanted to say is like the show is fine.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Would I recommend it? If you've read the books, yeah, maybe you'd get a lot of enjoyment out of it. If you haven't, I think it's a person by person basis. You know, sometimes I feel that books are better as books.
Yeah.
Can I be honest?
Mm.
And this is speaking as someone who will almost 100% of the time, if there is a film adaptation, will pick that almost 100% over
Yeah.
over the book, which I know a lot of people find is blasphemous and scummy. But fuck you, man. I prefer that medium. I'm a big fan of the visual medium.
Yeah.
I'm a visual guy. I'm an artist, for goodness sakes.
Yeah.
I can't read.
Yeah.
I'm illiterate and blind. Yeah, and I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's like you shouldn't have made it a fucking.
Mm.
It shouldn't have made it a thing. But like, I also kind of feel like
They're a bit of a trend of making these adaptations. There's a series of unfortunate events was done as a Netflix thing.
it was, and then I realized how much I don't actually enjoy that show.
Yeah.
Or like the series. I really like the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, the movie's great.
Because it's a lot of fun, and
It's like
I
the only
love
time
Jim
it's-
Carrey.
Yeah,
and-
Jim Carrey did a great job.
And then I was like, okay, yeah, I've always wanted to know what happens next because they never made a sequel. So I was like, oh, fuck off. So I'm like, I'm definitely gonna watch the Netflix series, and then I did, and I'm like, wait a second, it's the exact same thing every single time. Each book or each story is the exact same thing over and over again. Why? I'm like, what? And it gets really annoying as well.
At the end, it changes up quite a bit. They have like the final showdown.
I'm sure, but like there was like I stopped watching the show like after I think that they were in like a desert town or something, and they got away on like a blimp or whatever,
Yeah.
and I was just like, this is just awful. Or maybe it was the one with the elevator or something. I don't know. I'm being really mean right
It's
now.
been ages ago that I read the books, and I read them. The way I used to read books was I used to read them like I'd finish one and then immediately start the next one, rather than let the one that I just read sink in and think about it, which is what I do now because I'm like, let's really think about this book that I've just read.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of guy.
And I did that a bit with Scott. Actually, with Scott Pilgrim, I rushed through it because I just loved the story so much.
Yeah.
And then I went back and really thought really hard about each book and what it does, and then talking about how Scott Pilgrim gets it together is actually the saddest one because of how everyone just kind of screws him over it, and then he gets really upset.
Well, you were reading them to analyze it, but are you the kind of person? Are you a binge reader, watcher, a consumer of products? Because I am not. Believe it or not, I can wait patiently.
Yeah.
You know, I am the kind of guy who, if there is say like a TV show that's on Netflix or whatever, and they've released the entire series in one day, I will wait. I'll like watch one episode a day. And I can do that very easily. No! Oh, that's bad.
Oh.
Well, there goes all my money.
I don't think I do sort of do like a mass consumption.
I'm not.
I
With the
actually
Scott Pilgrim books as well, when I was rereading them recently, I didn't even read them every day. I would read like one, and then I'd like wait until I've got another quiet day, you know? And I'd be like, oh, you know, not much happening today. I'm going to go out the front where we're sitting right now, actually, and turn on this lamp here, and I sit here and I'd read it. I'd read one whole book, and then I'd be like, excellent, and then I'd carry on with my day.
I felt like Scott Pilgrim was different because like it's a different medium, so you can consume it differently. And I feel like with graphic novels and comics, you can read them faster, and you can get through them faster. Whereas with a 50-minute episode TV show, I probably watch one or two a day because
I guess.
I got other stuff to do.
Depends on what's there to see, right? So like when I'm reading Scott Pilgrim, I take way longer reading it than most people do because I like to sit there and read and look at the art and admire all the scenes and the poses and the details that most other people don't give a shit about that I do. Yeah, I don't know. Next time on this.
Yep.
All right, bye.
Bye.